What is up, guys? PieMuffin here, and we are back with another video. This time we are on Tales of Asteria. I was very hesitant whether to make content on this game. I love the game, don't get me wrong. But unlike Tales of the Rays, it's not as free-to-play friendly. So me doing, summons on every banner just isn't really a thing. Because you kind of need to, unless you really do everything in the game and then just use your currency very sparingly, it's hard to make videos on. But I'm not going to be doing a summon video today. Today, this is going to be a kind of breakdown of everything I can kind of show you guys on how to play. Obviously, I'm going to assume you already know how to download it. You can use QApp, or if you have an iPhone, you do the Japanese iTunes account thing. But once you actually have it installed, I'm just going to go over everything on every page that I know how to do. And I pretty much know how to do everything that's important, at least in the beginning, and obviously once you know all that stuff, you can kind of mess around with some of the other features. There is a semi-outdated guide that a lot of people over on the... Well, I found it over on the subreddit, but I will definitely leave a link to that down below in case this video isn't completely helpful. It has some of the menus in that guide, but it doesn't have everything, because obviously that guide was made back in like 2016 and we are in 2018, so obviously a lot of the menus and stuff have changed over the last 2 years. But let's just kind of go over everything first. So obviously, just looking at the main page, obviously you see your rank at the top left, you see your currency right next to that, you see your XP for each rank, and then your total stamina, aka AP. Now this up here to the top right, hopefully there won't be too many loading issues. This is your guild. If you're not in a guild, you can just go in here, and if you wanted to search for a guild, right here where it shows the little the search icon with a person, you can randomly join one. Or up at the top, you obviously won't be in one. You can create your own if you want to. I'm actually just in a guild of my friends who understands Japanese, so it was kind of easier to get in. Obviously, you can see the guild is ranked 251. So let's go ahead and go back. Guild, there's not really too much to do in there. I'm sure there is at some points, because I know you can get like free stuff depending on how well your guild does in certain things, but for the most part, I don't really mess with it too much. If you click on the paw print right here, these are kind of like a lot of gacha games have, that you can send out characters on missions and stuff like that. Obviously, I can't do any of these, but I could do this one if I want to. So you just go ahead and click that. Oh, well, actually, I think you can do all of them. That was the mission I had someone sent out on. So you'll just get random materials. So let's say, for example, I want to do this one. The 3-hour one. There you go. So in 3 hours, I come back and I get some kind of rewards. So we'll go ahead. This is going to be very kind of off the cuff. This isn't, planned or anything. I didn't script this at all. We're literally just going to go through all the menus. And I'll kind of tell you what's what. Or at least try to. These are obviously a whole bunch of different, I would say mission rewards is probably a good word for it. Obviously, you can see I can accept some stuff. I'm not going to do that now because that'll take forever. But each page has different mission rewards. Obviously, I can't read any of them, so I can't tell you what gives you what. But usually, you'll just get a lot of them done just by playing. Here, obviously, it says news in English. Now, I don't really mess with a lot of these because I don't know what they are, but I always know the one right under the red line. If you go ahead and click that, it's always going to be kind of like, so this is all the new stuff. And the second page will actually be your inbox for each day. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of inboxes. Oh, wow. I can get 2 5-stars right now. We're not going to do that. I'll leave that stuff in there. So this is your inbox. So the second page will always be your inbox. So every time you log in for the day, definitely go over there to check what you get for each day. Go back to the main page. Not really too much else to do on this first page. So let's go ahead and actually we'll just go to the mission stuff. So obviously that second tab is your missions. The first one is obviously home. It has a picture of a house. Alright, so I'll just quickly go over everything here. So this top right one right up here, these are all of the story arcs. You'll obviously start in the first story arc, And then there are currently 4 story arcs you can go to. So when you fully complete... By the way, these are extremely long. Like, it took me months to complete the first one. But then again, when you're first starting out, your teams aren't as strong. And luckily, the arcs levels, they do reset when you go to the next one. So it's not like it's going to keep getting harder and harder. So once you beat the first arc, you can most likely beat the other ones. I know they're still continuing the 4th arc right here. They aren't finished with it yet. So 4 arcs, there's a lot of gems to kind of get from all this. And down here, all the character arcs you have to go through, when it says clear, you're done with that character. So you can kind of get an idea of how close you are to the end. So obviously I've done the first 5, and then I've got a ton still to do right here for the 2nd arc. This second page right here is going to be your event tab. So obviously right now the main event is the Yukata Emil event. We got Colette event right here. I never really messed with this Master of the Elements thing because it's level 180. And obviously there are different ranks. Obviously it'll get even harder, but I haven't messed with that too much yet. This right here with the blocks is your daily. You can do 3 missions to get some experience materials. Down here is for money if you need it. I have never needed it. Not at this point anyway. This first one right here is going to be your EXP kind of books. So you'll have regular experience for your characters, experience for your arts, and experience for your mystic arts. And obviously when you go in here, you have to do the ones for different colors. So there's green, blue, yada yada yada. So whatever character you're trying to get materials for, make sure you're doing the correct color. Same thing here, but this is for limit break materials. Now, you can limit break from either pulling the same character more than once, or getting them from an event or whatever, or you can actually force awaken them with these kind of crystals. And obviously I'll go into where you go to do that in a bit. And then so once your character is maxed out and they're 5 or 6 stars, whatever their max is, you want these materials because you can make them even stronger. There's ways to, I wouldn't say it's limit breaking, but it's kind of like a max level limit break. So they won't go higher in level, but their overall stats will constantly increase as long as you keep awakening them that way. And then down here, here's the really important thing. So a lot of characters, in order to turn from 5 stars into 6 stars, they need characters from these specific events. So obviously, like, let's look at Jude real quick. If I go ahead and click the little box down here, this will show me all the characters that can be awakened to 6 star because of this Jude. So if I had all these Millas and Leia, I think they're all just Milla and Leia. So he's obviously who you would need. And there are a lot of events that cycle through, and the best way to know when you're going to have your event up that you need, like for example, right now I'm leveling up Carol, so I need Nan from Vesperia. So go ahead and scroll down all the way. I believe there she is right here. So it says 11 o'clock Japan time, which is going to be 10 o'clock at night tonight, which is in about 2 hours. So I need to remember to do that. You can also check mark it, and I believe what that does, I have notifications off on my phone because I get so many notifications from mobile games and stuff, but you can set notifications so that your phone will notify you when the event is up. Obviously it'll all be in Japanese, but at least you'll know. You'll be like, oh yeah, that thing's happening. So obviously you can just scroll down and see when you're, like I said, there are a ton of events. So the character that you need stuff for may not have an event for like 2 days, for all you know, with the way they cycle through. And this is not up right now, but what this, yeah, it just shows the times. Basically these, once you have a character maxed out, you want to equip them with these kind of like, I don't even know what you call them, just call them like the hexagon pictures of characters. So you'll have certain characters that'll give boosts of certain kinds in terms of like HP, attack, just any kind of stats, and that'll be really nice to have for your characters as well. And then down here, kind of like how Tales of the Race has, this game also has a tower mode. So every, I think it's like 33 days or something. It might be more or less, but basically you start all the way at floor 1, it resets, and you just see how high you can get, and you get rewards for every floor you've done. I haven't really messed with this too much because I'm really focusing on the story, but I could probably, since the first story arc has like a level 180 enemy, I could probably make it all the way to floor 25. No problem. And that was before I had all 6 stars. So honestly, if I really tried, I could probably make it to a bit higher. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the mission table. Obviously, you can pull this out and there's... what is this right here? Let's just go ahead and click it. I never use this. Okay, this just shows you all your story arcs and stuff. I think you can just watch the skits for that. And then this one over here. Yeah, also a mission thing. I guess you can redo the missions from here or something like that. So that is it for the mission page. Sorry this is going to be kind of a long video. But yeah, so this third panel on the bottom right here is where you go for your summons. Now, if you are a kind of... If you play games like Dokkan, you'll probably like this game because it does have a similar kind of gameplay type. And I will do a mission to kind of show how the gameplay works at the end of the video. You basically build a team of 5 characters, and each character has different elements and stats and stuff like that. Right now, they just have this festival event going on right now. So this one right here is the new banner, and this is the returning one from last year. At the top, you can see, obviously, our regular currency, and then you see the blue and purple kind of like teardrops or raindrops, whatever you want to call them. The blue ones give you a chance at a 3-star or higher, and you can use it on any banner you want. So you could stock up if you wanted to. You don't get them that frequently, but when you do, you can just stock up on them and be like, all right, I got 5 I want to save for a really important banner. And the purple one gives you a chance at a 4-star or higher, which is really nice. But yeah, other than that, for the summon page, that's pretty much it. And down here is, I guess, an okay. I don't know why it just rebooted. But we're going to go ahead and go back into it. So like I was saying, that bottom one that I was just showing you guys, that is kind of like your friend point summon, in a way. You don't really get friend points in this game, but you do get... You can do 1 single summon on that a day for free. Which I can actually show you guys real quick since I haven't done mine yet. And I'll show you how you can get more coins for this as well, because it is important to actually do these summons. So you just go ahead, that's your 1 a day, you click it. Alright, and I'm still trying to figure out the summon animations. I believe yellow is like a 2... It's like a 2-star. If you get blue, I believe it's a 3-star, and if you get red, it has a chance of being a 4 or a 5-star for the actual, when you see the summoning circle. So as you can see here, you can do a multi for 2,000 coins, and I'll go into how you get coins in a little bit. Actually, I think we're going to go to that page right now. Alright, so you go over here. This one is obviously going to be kind of confusing. I don't know what each thing does, but I know what all the important ones do. So this first one right up here, this is where you're going to set up your team, the blue one on the top left. So as you can see, I've got my full team right here. Obviously, we have Yuri, aka Claw. I won't go into why he's called that. Lloyd, we got Pirate Emil, we've got Velvet, and we've got Milla. So right over here on the bottom right, this is the button you will click to change your team up. And obviously, you can have 8 different teams, so when you have a lot of leveled up characters, it makes things a lot easier. Obviously at the top right here, this is how you kind of change what it's showing. So the first one just shows kind of some stats. The second one shows the actual stats. I think the first one's like your actual, like your arts and stuff. Third one is like your art percentage, because you can continuously level it up. And I don't know what the fourth one is for. It doesn't really show anything. But yeah, so basically, like let's say I wanted to switch out Milla for Magilu. So I would drag out Milla. Then I'd swap Magilu right up there, and then I'd click the OK button, but I don't want Magilu on the team. She's not as good. And boom, that's how you make your team. Whenever it decides to finish loading. Alright, and this one right here, this is just kind of like a filter thing, I believe. So let's go ahead and go back out of that. What's the next most important thing? So the top left orange one, that is how you train your characters. Like I said, I'm not going to go over all of them because I haven't used a lot of them and they don't really seem too important at the moment. Obviously right here you can see the levels, and you've got like the different filters. I believe this is, I think this is just regular, like it's just your characters. I believe this is when, I believe this is based on, no, it's not level because, maybe it's HP. No, because Emil is, alright, well, they're basically different filters. The third one is the one I always use, which is rarity. So obviously you can see all the 6 stars I have right now. I've only got 8. But this is always the easiest way for me to filter my characters because I can just see them all at once. And I don't know about the last one. And these down here are all the different elements. So obviously if you're on the first one, I'll just show all of them. And then, you know, obviously we've got fire here, water, grass, light, whatever white is. Because you would think this is light and then white and then darkness. So that's all of that for training. The second one, oh, I should actually show you how training actually works. I'll show you in a minute. Let's go ahead and look at this, for example. So if you go ahead and click on this, the second one is for limit breaking. So once they are max level, you can then use this to basically limit break them. Simple enough as it is. So that is that. We'll go back here. Third one, I believe should be... Okay, let's see. So let's go ahead and click on Flynn real quick. Okay, so yeah, certain characters require certain materials to awaken into. This is how you actually awaken characters. Right here. It's not for every character. Certain characters awaken other ways. These are like the kind of... I don't want to say free-to-play, but in a way they kind of are. So when you have the materials from the event, I don't think I'll ever be able to 6-star this Flynn, because I wasn't around for his event and I didn't play during it, so that doesn't really help me out too much. Yeah, like the Emil from the current event right now is on there, which is that actually reminds me I need to farm his materials. This fourth one here is actually awakening regular summonable ones. So as you can see, these are the only ones I have right now that are summonable. Like I said, I'm going to be working on Carol tonight when Nan's thing drops. So as you can see here, you need Nan limit broken to 3, which can be kind of annoying because I've never been a fan of games where you need to awaken characters by sacrificing other characters. I know these are like fodder 5 stars that you're really just supposed to sacrifice, but I don't like it. It takes up inventory, and then I'll just be like, oh, I'm not really supposed to use this one. And then obviously these materials right here were in one of the missions I showed you in the event tab. So you just need those materials for it. And I believe we click over here. This is what I meant by the other limit breaking. So this can make them stronger once they're 6 stars. So, yeah, it's pretty... I'll go into an actual 6-star I have and show you there. I don't think I can actually awaken one right now. Let's actually use Yuri as an example. So we go over to Yuri. It's already in that tab because he's already awakened. So once I have all these, certain part of his stats will awaken. I just click down there. Boom, he gets stronger because they don't do what a lot of other games do, where the level cap just constantly increases for characters. The level cap is always 80, but you can do things to make them stronger because there are missions that have like, you know, level 1000 enemies. And it's just, like, ridiculous to think about because you only have 5 level 80s. How are they supposed to win? How they win is by limit breaking them over and over. Same thing here. You know, you've got the little rarity type stuff. The only other important one that I actually use on this page is this second green one. And going back to the whole quote-unquote friend point thing I was talking about, this is where you go to sell your units if you don't want them anymore. I always get rid of the 2 and 3 stars that it allows me. So ones like this Luke and that Milla, they are story characters that are given to you. So you can't actually sell them. Or if you can, I just don't know how. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of these just so I can show you. And then, yeah, that's fine. You can only get rid of 10 at a time. And see, that's what gives you coins. And then you can use that for more. So that's good. And you can use coins for other stuff too. That's pretty much it for the character tab in terms of what I use. And then this final tab over here just has a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, the second one, that's where you'll buy your currency. A lot of these I don't really use. Obviously, there's a data transfer thing. I need to figure that out so I know how to... You know what? Let's just go ahead and click on it real quick. Hopefully I don't screw anything up. So it looks like you write in your own code or something. If someone, you know, in the comments below knows better than me, definitely let me know. Looks like you might write your own code to try and transfer. I don't want to mess with anything because I don't want it to be like, oh, game transferred, rebooting the game, and then I lose my account. Worry about that a different time, and obviously settings and stuff like that. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the basics on which menus do what. Now, before I close off this video, I am going to start a mission and show you how the gameplay actually works. I'm sure a lot of people, you know, probably play, you know, different ways. And I'm obviously going to skip any cutscenes because it's not real. Okay, so, like, for example, I can go over this. So, this right here where it says 6:30, those are your auto tickets. So, normally you can just auto battle a mission, but they won't use their Mystic Arts. Now, if you use one of these tickets, they will use their Mystic Arts on their own. So, if you're doing a mission that it's really hard and you don't think you're, you know, gonna either pay attention enough to use all your Mystic Arts or play well enough, you can go ahead and use those. I just save as much as I can, because why not? And then right below it where it says AP. So this is more important for, I can actually show you on one of the event missions. So you can only use that once you've completed a mission before. So like, let's say for example, I wanted to farm some experience stuff. So we go ahead and go to one I've cleared. You click that. It'll use all the AP I currently have. And what you can also do is, if you wanted to refill your AP and continue farming, you can do that either through the stamina gels or through your own currency. So like if I used 4 stamina gels, it would just use all my AP 4 times in a row. And of course, if I rank up during that, it'll also keep going during that too. But I think I should go on we'll do an event mission just so it's not like super easy and I can actually show you. I normally play, you know what, we'll do the 100 one. Yeah, because why not? I usually auto battle this game, and you'll soon see why. I'm trying to get better at it, but it is... Okay, so first off, you do this part where you have to run forward, and there will be enemies, and you have to tap the screen right as you're in front of them to cut them, and it'll has a chance to refill your character's health. It also has a chance to fill their over limit gauge. So let's go ahead. Up, I have it on 2 times. Nope, we don't want that. Alright, so I already screwed that up. See, that's what you want to do. Never play on 2 times if you're actually going to play. Only use the 2 times speed if you're not going to be playing. Like if you're going to be auto battling. Okay, so obviously it shows all my boosts right there my characters will get. So basically you get a certain amount of time. I don't actually know how many seconds it is. But basically, when I tap the screen where it says start, it'll immediately start the battle, and I've got roughly, like, I'd say between 5 to 10 seconds to move my characters left and right, because obviously the enemy's going to attack certain ones of the 5 places, so obviously, since she's a light unit, you would probably want to block with something that's resistant to it, and so you wouldn't want to, because light and, white and black are basically good against each other. So you wouldn't want to block with that. So obviously I wouldn't want to block with a meal, but I could block with any of the others because it'll just do normal damage. So let's go ahead and click it. Okay, so she's going to be attacking there. So I want to move you, and we'll just leave it like that. And then all the characters will do their attacks. Yeah, my characters took so much, and then when that pops up, that's a Mystic Art that you can use, so we'll use Emil's. Decent amount of damage. Obviously, my characters will heal themselves when this round is over. So, same thing, you know, and certain characters you'll want to... If you have characters that are more tanky than others, you'll obviously want to do that. Alright, so she's going to be attacking those 3 on the right. So we'll actually put Yuri right there. Boom. And certain characters will actually heal themselves too, which is nice. Now, for example, I'm just going to actually rush it. So that's pretty much the basis of battle. Obviously, it's the running in battle, then you do that. But let's go ahead and switch to auto in 2 times. This is what I usually play on. Because it's like the gameplay, you know, it's cool. But I'm really just here for the characters and, you know, collecting and everything. And the auto battle does everything just fine. I haven't really come across any issues with the AI being stupid. So as you'll see... Although Lloyd is kind of in trouble a bit, but hopefully we can... Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. And characters who are 6 stars, you can wait for their gauge to... So as you can see, there's a little extra rainbow on Emil, so when that fills up double, it'll do like a true Mystic Art attack, which will do a lot more damage. So obviously on auto, this is nice. They won't ever get the perfect here, but they'll at least get good. So, as you can see, Lloyd got a bunch of his health back. And then we'll go ahead to the 3rd stage, which we're going to be battling Luke right here. Yeah, the AI usually tends to know what they're doing, so then we'll go ahead and use this. Decent damage right there. Emil is a weaker unit, but he does get his Mystic Art much faster. Alright, and that's pretty much it. There's my XP and money for completing the mission. And then there are my rewards. And that's pretty much it for the basis on this game. Not really too much else to say. Obviously, there's some more, you know, advanced stuff when it comes to the game, but this is just kind of like a basic rundown of how to play the game, and I hope this was helpful to a lot of people. But anyways, guys, that is it. I think what I'm going to do from now on when it comes to this game, because I'm not going to summon on every banner, because obviously you don't get enough currency like you do in Tales of the Rays. So what I'll probably do is I'll go over anytime an event drops, I'll go over the event and banner, and we'll see how far we can go on the actual event. And then if I do plan on summoning on that banner, you know, throwing a multi or 2 at it, I will definitely incorporate that into the video, but it won't be like a regular thing where I summon on every banner. I do want to go over one quick thing, which is kind of nice about this game. You know, normally, the game used to be where it was just like, you know, 50 currency for a multi-summon, like most games are. But what they do now is they have step-ups for this. Almost every banner that I've seen has a step-up. So step 1 is usually 30 or 35, and as you can see here, step 2 is also 35. So you do get to save a lot in terms of currency, but obviously as the steps go up, so do the amount you have to spend. And then I didn't go over this real quick. The more you summon, the more rewards you can get, which is super nice. As you can see, I can get some rewards right here, which is also great. But that is it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.